Hello everyone, and greetings from Dar es Salaam. I'm here at the Mission 300 Energy Summit, which is such a milestone since we launched the initiative to connect 300 million people in Africa to electricity. And you know me, I never miss an opportunity when I meet a very impressive female entrepreneur. And today I have the great pleasure of sitting down with Lindsay Holly Handler to discuss her experience being a woman entrepreneur, selling and starting companies, and energy. What could get better? Lindsay, welcome, and thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here in Dar and talking about how we can advance Mission 300.
Wonderful. So you started a company, I believe, 10 years ago, which focused on energy access. You recently sold that company and started a new company. So why did you 10 years ago feel that there was a market opportunity to start this company, and what did you achieve?
So I've been very lucky to be living and working here for 21 years. And over the course of the first 5 years of my career, I was living and working in rural Africa and saw that people were spending more money on kerosene and diesel than they would on modern energy solutions like solar. And with that insight, built a company called Phoenix International, and we did three things. We designed ultra affordable solar solutions for homes and businesses. We delivered them to the very last mile. We were very focused on the last mile. And then we provided financing and ongoing support and the ability to upgrade and buy appliances. We did that for 10 years, and we brought the company to 9 countries across Africa, reached 5 million people with our product and services. But we got to a place where we needed to scale even more and even faster, and that is when we started working strategically with Engie.
Wonderful. Now, one thing we've been looking at is Mission 300's ability to create jobs for young people in Africa. When you ran this company, were you seeing a positive impact on job creation in the countries that you were active in?
Yes. I always say that actually delivering energy is human powered. We had 2,000 full-time jobs across the African continent, and these were, in many cases, highly skilled software, firmware, hardware, computer science jobs, as well as jobs for call center agents and sales agents. So we provided jobs in all levels of the economy. And in addition to that, we had part-time commission-based agents selling and servicing. 5,000, 10,000 of these jobs are created with every Pan-African energy company. And one of the things we did is we gave the full-time employees shares. Every employee in the company had shares. This helped them make a more profitable, bankable business. And when we sold the company to Engie, they got a payout. And since then, many of my employees have started new energy and mobility companies.
Wow. You know what's very powerful with that? We have to count both the direct and the indirect jobs that are created. I love that. Now tell me a little bit about this new company you've created. What opportunity or gap in the market did you see that led you to create a new company, and what do you hope to achieve with this new company? Briefly.
Yes. So at Delta 40, we are now investing in the next generation of African and female founders building companies in the energy sector in Africa. Only 2% of investment went to female CEOs in Africa, yet female CEOs are delivering 3 times revenue for every dollar invested, 25% higher IRRs, and they're more likely to exit. And so we think now is the moment, a competitive advantage to invest in African and female founders that are on the front lines of energy. We invest and then we provide them with ongoing venture studio support and investment policy support to reach Pan-African scale.
Wow. Again, love the statistics on what female business owners can deliver, because I collect those types of statistics. Now, Mission 300, how did you hear about this event, or how did you hear about the initiative? And what are you taking away from day one?
So, I've been lucky to be coming to these gatherings on how do we light Africa, how do we power Africa for 20 years. And what's exciting is there's a lot of people here at this event who've been working on this for decades. And I think now the World Bank and the Rockefeller Foundation and GIAP and AFDB have all really put some tailwinds and some commitments into making the goal of bringing electricity to the last mile a real reality. And so while there'll be challenges ahead, I think this is one of the most exciting moments of the last 10 years. And I'm excited to really see the execution of some of these policies in the months ahead.
I oversee our public sector work, if you will, the work with governments. And I feel like the work we do with governments needs to enable the private sector to do more. What would be one piece of advice from you to me that I should focus on to make sure that the support that the World Bank through the public sector provides to countries we work with unleashes the full potential and even more by the private sector?
I think one thought is that there's going to be multiple solutions from grid to mini grid to standalone solar. I think we need to think about them all, and catalytic capital facilities in local currency wherever possible that enable all three to be delivered to the right place. And I particularly think we have to crack local currency financing.
Yeah.
Because if we can crack local currency financing in Africa, I do believe there are investors, equity investors, technology innovators that will come in. And so that's the one thing I hope, and I think the World Bank is uniquely positioned to help us crack that.
We're on that. That is a very good confirmation of something we've identified as absolutely needed. Lindsay,
one last idea, if you have it, is
I love ideas.
That I think debt for climate swaps, debt for energy swaps, debt for development swaps, I think are a great way to create a win-win-win in today's world, where we can match what are the goals of the global community, and if we can help achieve those in Africa, how do they reduce the debt burden of the African governments to enable them to invest in supporting these solutions? So I just wanted to put that out there. Debt for energy swaps could also be used by DFIs or in bilateral loan agreements. And I get really excited about that. And I know you're working on some of those deals this year.
In fact, and I'm really happy you brought that up, because we recently did a project with Cote d'Ivoire where we actually did exactly that. We helped them. They were looking at restructuring a loan. We helped them restructure the loan, and the savings went actually to education. So it was a debt for education, debt for development operation. And I'd love to do more of these, because I think, like you say, it can be win-win. And governments have to look at all opportunities to mobilize resources. So I love that idea, and next time we meet, maybe we dedicate our discussion to that, because I'd like to actually get more of your ideas on this topic. Thank you so much, and best of luck, and congratulations for all the success.
Oh, thank you for your support of women.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. That's it for today.